thanks everyone for coming over to this wonderful, wonderful workshop on the essentials of blogging. Of course, it is a wonderful and the most powerful way to giving it back to the community. It also acts as a way to enrichment, self-enrichment. Enhancing the capabilities of writing not just good blogs but great blogs. So today, through this workshop, we are going to take some dive into the essentials of the elements which are actually not just important but are mandatory to write a powerful blog. So this workshop will be presented by Khalid, who spearheads our marketing. Thank you for coming over, Khalid, and I'd love to pass on the platform to you. Over to you
Sure.
now.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, everyone. So, most of you all aware about that. My name is Khalid Ahmed, and I'm heading the marketing department. And see, the main agenda, the goal for me for having this session is to, after we're done with this session, we should not be having a little. I don't want your blogs to make your heads or your reviewers to make this comment. Okay, this is the feedback you should be taking off from this comment. You need some changes in blog. Once we are done with this session, I want each and every one of you to be as accurate in your blog so that you don't have to go after someone or you don't have to chase me. Khalid, this is the issue I'm seeing. What do I do? And someone coming to you, okay, your blog is not looking good. Let's make these changes. So try and make this as engaging as possible, guys. And I'm not a hard person to reach out. Uh, you can just ping me, call me, email me, whatever you feel is easy for you, and we'll be able to help you out. So yeah, let's start. Joining my screen is visible, right?
Yes, Khalid, you can see.
Great. So I won't take a lot of time in getting through this slide. Just one suggestion. Blogs is an essential part of our lives, our day-to-day Nashtag life, right? Everyone in this company, I would not say everyone, but most of us are writing blogs every day, and we are facing some challenges and issues. So this session would all be about writing best blogs. There's just one thing of writing a blog, and there's another thing writing a blog that makes an impact to the society. Let's try and make this as engaging as possible. Ask whatever questions we have. No question is bad. I'll try and answer as much as I can to the best of my knowledge. Even if you don't want to ask in this public forum, you want to ask me in personal, that is still fine. But no question should be unanswered. Let's make sure of that. Let's move. So the agenda would be, we'll all be talking about what are the best practices. We'll be talking about SEO optimizations. We'll see a live demo, practical case on how a blog should look like, and then probably we'll talk about question and answers. Before I start, whatever you feel comfortable, I'm comfortable with, team. So if you feel that you are having a question, you should ask me in between. You can ask me at the end. You can ask during a question answer sessions. Whatever you feel is best. Just don't hesitate. And let's take it. So the best practices. So one more thing, since I'm sharing my screen, I cannot see the hand raise. So just unmute yourself and ask any questions if you have any. So all right, let's start, guys. What are the best practices? First of all, is create an engaging title. So the title is the most important aspect of a blog. So let's, for example, if you're writing something and if your title is maybe 30 or 40 words long, if it is not making sense, if it is confusing the audience, it won't be of any relevance to the audience. So try and make it as short. I would not say make it 2 words or 3 words or 4 words, but try to just put it across a title wherein it is of 7 or 8 words so that it can give the essence, and at the same time, it keeps its importance. It should not look like an essay, right? So try and make it as engaging title as possible and try and incorporate your keywords. Your title should always have a keyword about a topic you're gonna talk about in that particular blog. So for example, if you're talking about content management systems, your title should have a word name as content management system so that people know what title or what exact this blog is all about, right? Your article should be self-explanatory. The title should be self-explanatory so that people, before even reading to the article, the entire article, they should know what this title is about. So try and make it as engaging as possible, not a long, detailed one, like 25 or 30 characters or 30 words. Then, like I said, incorporate strategic keywords. Keywords are not 7, 8, 10. Like I said, this article would be about content management system. This would not be a keyword. Your keyword would be always be your focus words. So in this title, the focus would be your content management system. That is it. If your article talks about benefits of content management system, then your keyword should be benefits of content management system, because this is specific to your article. So always try and make it, again, your keyword and key focus word should always be one. If it is a paraphrase or it is a word, it should always be one and one only, not multiple. So a lot of times I've seen a lot of people write multiple keywords using commas. That won't suffice your need. You cannot have multiple keywords in an article. So your article should be talking about one topic only, right? If it is Angular, if it is Java, it is content management system, whatever your topic should be. The focus should be only on one thing. The rest are sub keywords, right? Sub focus keywords. So when you see in the SEO section, when I'll talk about that in detail again, but I mean, when you see that section, just keep a note that it should always be one focus keyword. Third point is write unique content. I mean, this is not to be said that it is one of the most important things, because if you are writing duplicate content, Google is never going to rank you. And your content will, you'll write your articles, you can write 100 of articles, but it is of no use until unless it is not going to the market. It is not catching eyes, right? So I mean, you're working day in and day out writing contents, and if it is not going to the market, what good it's giving to you, right? So try and make it unique. I understand a lot of things we take from reference articles, right? For example, definition, for example, some points, but you cannot just copy and paste the entire thing until unless it is not a quote. If it is a quote by someone, you can just copy and paste it, give the reference where the quote is taken from, and that is still fine. But if you come across some paragraph which you want to pick it from, maybe Wikipedia or maybe the websites which talk about that particular thing, it is fine to take contents, but try and make it in your own words. Try and rephrase that content. If you rephrase that content, it becomes a unique content. The essence of the content would always remain the same. You cannot change the definition or you cannot change the context of that content, but it is very important to rephrase it so that it is not duplicated. Because I mean, there's one thing that Google will not pick up your content if it is duplicated, but the other thing is, which is a major blow, with the other person might sue you, right? If your content is duplicate, the other person might sue you. It might be a legal case as well. So try and never just copy and paste the content from different websites and different article pieces. Even if you feel that this content looks relevant to me and I should be picking up this chunk of a content, always rephrase it. Always rephrase it. There are n number to rephrase your content. Just change the sequencing, change it, just shift some little words here and there. Try and put your own words. Try to moderate that particular paragraph into your own words. That would help you to create or generate your unique content. So I mean, always have this practice to never copy and paste a content from one website to your blog until unless it is not a quote which cannot be trimmed or changed or rephrased, right? All right. So next thing comes corporate visuals. Obviously, I mean, uh, until unless we don't reach to a pinnacle wherein we are known by our name, it is very important for us to make our content little attractive. And how do we attract the audience? We only attract the audience by attaching good visuals, right? So I mean, it is very important to attract, you put good visuals. If your articles need a diagram, a flow chart, try and put that in. I've seen a lot of you does use some tools to create your own diagrams and articles. Try and create some diagrams. Put that, because I mean, we all know that visual representation of a content is more attractive and more eye appealing and makes people more easily understand than a theory, right? Try and put up more visuals, put one featured image to your article so that your article looks attractive. Optimize SEO. I mean, SEO is the backbone of any article, any content. I would not say just article. It is the backbone of the content. It is the backbone for the entire company. I'll talk about this in more detail in the next slide. But yeah, then again, link internally and externally. So when I say, I mean, we should not, at Nashtech, we are wealthy of content. We have, all of you write tens and hundreds of blogs every month and every quarter. And there are high chances a lot of us write a lot of different articles on the same content, same topic. Let's say, for example, you're writing a benefits of Scala or benefit of legacy modernization. I'm pretty much sure there would be tens and twenties of different blogs and articles which would be talking about what are the best practices of Scala, what are the best essentials of legacy modernization. Try and interlink your blogs and articles with different articles. What will happen is when you interlink your articles with different articles, both the articles would strengthen each other. So someone is looking, if your article talks about benefits of Scala, you have associated another article which talks about what is Scala. When someone is reading your article, they'll see, okay, this is a hyperlink which is taking me to a different article which talks about Scala. This way, we'll be able to elaborate and we'll be able to maximize the audience engagement, wherein they'll keep looking for different articles, wherein we're talking about different pieces. This will help us strengthen our keyword, strengthen your article, wherein it would be catching a lot of different eyes. And when it catches a lot of different eyes, which means your reach is increasing. So try and add multiple internal links and external links as well. I don't say just put in any external links because that would also give a bad reputation. But some of the biggest sources, like a lot of us, Wikipedia is never going to give you follow backlinks. So it will automatically remove the interlinks if you'll do any. So just don't do any external links linking with Wikipedia. But apart from that, if you think you're picking some stats from Gartner, from Deloitte, from other reliable sources, just put or interlink maybe that chart or that content or that stat you have put in from those very websites and try and externally link it so that Google also gets confidence that, okay, this website is taking some stats from this website, which has a huge reputation in the market, and the content is not duplicated or it is not, I would say, made some changes to it. We are putting the stats as it is, what is mentioned, and we are also giving credit to the website wherein we are taking the stats from. So this habit gives a visibility again. Since not most of you are from the marketing background, you won't be able to relate it. But I mean, Google also trust the blogs and articles in some way or the other. So for example, if someone who's having a bigger brand reputation than Nasdaq give a backlink to Nasdaq and say, okay, this is fine. If Nasdaq is keeping my backlink, Google would start acknowledging our website and article as well, wherein they would feel, okay, a lot of different websites are getting backlinks from this website. So this means this website and this article is trustworthy. So I don't say put 10 or 12 or 15 external links in every blog. Try and keep it to maybe 2 or 3. And only where it is relevant. It is not mandatory field. It is not mandatory. I'm saying again, not mandatory to link externally to all the blog posts. But if feel we have taken some stat or some content from different website and it needs a mentioning, then please do that as well. Then categorize your blog post with different tags. So we all know that, I mean, the categories we have put in our blog post are 8. We have 8 go-to-market strategies. You could all see that 8 go-to-market strategies and our solutions on the website. The categories will only remain same as they are on the website. But what you can do is you can tag you can create n number of tags and you can tag your post and article to how many tags you want if you feel relevant is with the topic. So for example, if you are writing some content on Databricks, Databricks is not a part of the category. So your category should be data, and your tag should be data, Databricks, and any other tags that you feel is relevant with the topic. I'll show you all these how you should be doing that. But I mean, just to start with, just to put some contents in your mind, so that when we talk about that and we see that practicality, you might be able to correlate that. Then obviously the last one is, but it is not one of the least one, is to promote your blog. I mean, you see everything needs a promotion nowadays. Even movies like for Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, they need no introduction, right? But still, they're spending n number of time, effort, and money to promote the movies. Why? Because promotion is one of the biggest aspects of today's market. I mean, let's do that. We are not a known brand as of now. We are aiming for that. We are taking one step at a time to become a known brand. But until unless we are not a known brand like Gartner or Deloitte, who are known by their name, let's try and keep our blogs promoting, so that, and you don't have a limited channel of promoting, right? Promote it wherever you want to promote it, via LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you could see is most relevant within your tech community, within your GitHubs, wherever you feel there's an audience and you can put some content over there, just try and put it over there. Guys, I mean, feel free to ask me any questions where you feel you have any, right? I'll move ahead. Next step, SEO optimization. Very important, very important. A lot of us, because we are at our early stages where some of us are just started writing SEOs, just started writing blogs and articles, we tend to miss it or tend to ignore it. But I mean, this is one of the most important aspect of an article. Just think it of like this: how well you are dressed. You're going for a party. How well you are dressed. No one is gonna recognize you unless you go out of your home, right? If you are sitting in your home inside, no one is coming. No one is gonna come inside your home and to appreciate you until unless you don't go outside. It is the same case. SEO optimization. How best an article you write won't make any sense until unless SEO optimization is done correctly. And until unless SEO optimization is not done correctly, it is not going to go out in the market with itself. Please take, after you write your articles, take 5 or 10 minutes to spend on your SEO optimization as well. First and foremost is your keyword research. If you don't know what a right keyword would be for my article, Google Keyword Planner is a free tool, and there are a lot of different free tools as well in the market, wherein you can put some maybe 4 or 5 liners, and it would give you what relevant keywords should be, how many keywords are most looked for an article. So, for example, if you want to write some articles on maybe best practices of Java, you might not know what the best keyword should be. Just go into those free tools and look how many people are looking or searching for those topics. You'll get an information. If you put phrase 1, 1,000 people are looking for this. If you put phrase 2, 2,000 people are looking for this. If you put phase 3, keyword 3, 50 people are looking for this one. So by this, you would know, okay, 2,000 people are looking for this article and this key phrase. I should be using this key phrase and keyword in my content, in my article, so that it reaches a maximum engagement, right? Always try and plan your keywords before just putting in anything. Then, like I said, putting primary keyword or key phrase in the blog title, meta description in your content is very important. So it is not going to work if you, let's say, for example, if you say Scala is my keyword and you only use Scala once or twice or thrice in your entire maybe 2,000 word article, right? It won't give you an essence. It will take you nowhere. So it is very important to manage the density, keep a proper proportion of it. Again, each and everything, we would be seeing that in the practical when we'll be talking about that. Third point, sprinkle related keywords naturally throughout the content. Like I said, try and make it more organic. So if your content, if your para is about 8 or 10 lines, try and use that particular focus keyword twice or thrice in that 8 to 10 line of your content or your para. Write informative, engaging, and comprehensive content that address the user query. Like I said, try and think of a topic. Just don't pick up any topic. Try and pick any topic wherein you feel this is a trending topic. People are talking a lot about this topic, or people are looking. So if you write something in Google, you a lot of you would have realized you'll get certain questions, right? So if you write Shah Rukh Khan, you'll get a certain questions of what are the most frequent questions asked. What is the age of Shah Rukh Khan? What are the latest movies of Shah Rukh Khan? Similarly, if you write some keyword on that Google, you'll again get some relevant questions. You can see what are the most frequent asked questions about that particular topic. This would give you an idea on what your next article should be. So that there's a demand and your article would fulfill that demand. If not fulfill, it would add up to that demand, right? If there's a need for me to look for something like generative AI, it is pretty much trending in the market as of days, and people want to know more about generative AI. And if you write how to use generative AI, maybe in some complex situations, the chances of getting your article ranked higher would increase drastically because one, people are looking for that, it is trending, Google is recognizing that, and you have all the elements in your article, which helps your article become one of the best articles in the Google place, right? So that is all about it. Just don't pick up any topic. Try and think of that particular topic and what can my user get benefited out of if I write this article. Again, use descriptive file names in all texts. So I see a lot of when you use featured image or when you use images in your blogs and article, I see a lot of people just put XYZ, Microsoft One, some abstract name, and while saving their images. It also impacts your presence and visibility, right? So we all know that if something is coming into first, second, third, or fourth rank or first page, it means it is ranked very high, right? So it is not just the content that gets ranked. The images, the videos, everything that is related also get ranked. So until unless you don't give a proper file name to the image you are using, it won't get ranked. So it is very important if you are writing an article about Scala, benefits of Scala, just save your image as well as benefits of Scala. So that if someone is looking for benefits of Scala as a topic on Google, there might be a chance wherein your content doesn't rank because a lot of good content are already written about that topic, but it might be a chance wherein your image might rank. And if someone clicks on that image, they would land to your article as well. So we have to try different approaches wherein we can get our article and our blogs ranked on. Images, videos, content, everything adds up to your rankings and positioning. So just don't put any abstract name while saving your images on your Google Drive or on your gallery media. Give it a proper name. It won't take more than a 2, 3 or seconds, right, to give a proper name to your image and save it. Then give proper structure to your content. Always use H1 tags for your most prominent topic of your article. And then your subheadings should be followed by H2, H3, H4, H5 tags, right? So let's say, for example, benefits of Scala. So benefits of Scala should be topic H1. Subcategories should be followed by H2, H3, H4. In terms of SEO, Google identifies, okay, if something is tagged with an H1, it is the most important topic of that particular article, right? But if I talk about from NASDAQ perspective also, you might have, till now, you might have seen that all of your articles has an agenda as well on the left-hand side. So until unless you don't tag it to your main category with at least H3, your agenda won't be coming onto the left, right? So always try and use prominent or appropriate tags while putting in your content and structuring it properly. Include internal links to other relevant blogs on the website, like I said before, and external links as well. So internal linking and external linking all are also a part of SEO. And again, it gives credibility to your blogs and articles. It is not that if you put someone else linking to your blog, then your credibility would go. Some visitor coming to my blog would jump from my blog to another blog. This is not going to happen. Only thing that is going to happen is because of that backlinks, your blog and your article would get a lot of credibility. Any questions till now? Or should we move ahead to the practical one? Silence means I'll take it as a no. All right, guys. So this is a dummy blog that I've created for you. Now, I'll want you to keep yourself unmute now because I'll be asking some questions and I want you to ask me a lot of questions, right? Because I mean, this session would be of no use unless you don't ask me a question. I've given sessions on blogs. I've created documents on blogs a lot of time, but still a lot of us still have a lot of questions. We try and reach out to our reviewers, our competency head, but I mean, this is the right forum where you can ask all your questions and you can get an answer of all. I won't say I'll try to give you an answer of all your queries, but I mean, let's see how it goes. But I mean, the most important thing is for you to ask me a lot of questions, right? So now, I've written an article on AI as a service. So this article is all about AI as a service. So when you see, you might have realized that I've put AI as a service in my topmost title so that people know this entire topic, this entire article is all about AI as a service. So I mean, this need no explanation, right? Would someone be confused while reading this title? I don't think so. Would they figure out what this article is about? I think yes. Right? So let's try and make it as descriptive as you can and try and keep your focus keywords in your title so that in the first impression only, you're giving them an impression, okay, this you're going to talk about or you're going to read about this particular keyword, right? Now, see, this is the flow of the content. I'm scrolling a little bit. Just have a look on that. Try and analyze the structure of it. Have you all seen it? Now, tell me, am I missing something in this block to what we have talked about already? What all things I am missing in this block? Anyone?
I think backlinks, internal external links.
Yeah, good. What else?
Khalid, actually, there are few headings which are not in bold.
Exactly.
Oh,
H tags. Yeah,
H tags.
exactly. What else?
Images also.
Exactly. What else?
Yeah, active voice and passive voice maintenance.
Okay. What else?
Images with an alt attribute and hyperlink on it as well.
So images, like I said, I mean, image, yeah, you can put image, but I mean, it won't be mandatory for all your blogs. If you're trying to make it more technical blog and if some workflow or some flow is needed, yeah, definitely you should be adding images, but it is not a mandatory feature. So not all the images should be having, not all the blogs and article would be having image, but yeah, image should be there so that if something needs an explanation visually, it has to be there. Yeah. Can you think of anything else?
Yeah, the quantity of H2 and H3 is not heavy, then H1 tag as well.
What else?
Yeah, the key phrase you mentioned in your
Hmm.
title must be
Hmm.
there in H2 or H3 headings.
Yeah. But it should not be in your all the headings, right? It won't be applicable everywhere. It should be there. It should be there. Whatever you're saying is correct, but it should not be there everywhere.
Yeah, it will be in quantity of 12 or maximum 11 to 12 in numbers in
No.
complete
So
block.
I mean, see. So this is so everything that you would find in. Okay. So a lot of suggestions would come here only, right? When you'll see a
Yes.
lot of suggestions over here, but not every suggestion is applicable in your blog. So that is when I said, always try and use your own knowledge as well. Wherein if you feel, okay, this is one of my para, right? And this para has 7 or 8 lines. So try and put 2 or 3 keywords, your focus keywords in this para. Don't go after 7 or 8 keywords, because if you'll go after 7 or 8 times the keyword, it would look inorganic. People would realize that because just for a sake of putting your keywords everywhere, you are just putting it. It won't make any sense. Just try and use your own perception, your own intelligence to identify how many times the keyword or key article should be in this particular area. Just always don't go by this, whatever is the suggestion. All right. So, I mean, all of you have said it pretty correctly. This entire paragraph should have at least twice or thrice my focus keyword. Because I was talking about, according to Gartner survey over here, this article should have an external link which gives a relevant and a web link to this particular survey that I'm talking about. We have a lot of artificial intelligence content on the Nasdaq website and on the Nasdaq blog website. So we should try and include at least one backlinks, either with the website or with the blog website. On this article, you would have seen this is the main heading of this. So see, this is the main heading, what AI as a service is. So we'll put that as an H1. But if you feel this is looking very random and is looking huge, we can put this as an H2 as well. Because it was the major content topic, because what I'm talking about is an AI as a service. So this has to be one of my topmost prioritized keyword. So what is AI as a service? I've tagged as an H2 because this is the prominent topic that I'm talking about. The rest should be followed by H3s and H4. So now within this should be H3. Now within this should be H4. All your subtopics should be H4. Just don't confuse yourself, right? I'm not going by the sequence. So it is not that this is H2, so this is H3, then this is H4. I'm just going by the relevance. So because this is the majority of the topic, it is H2. Now, all your subtopics, that is, what are the benefits of AI services, then the types, then hashtag this topic, all these, this conclusion, all of these would be H3, right? And then subtopics within these would be all H4. Any confusion in here? Are we all are good? No answer, so I'm assuming you all have understand what I'm trying to say, right? So all the first topic, the most important topic has to be either H1 or H2. The next important topic or next important bullet point should be your H3, and all your subtopics should be H4, H5, or H6, depending on what the topic says, right? So this is how we tag, use the use of H tags, right? Again, the structuring is not proper over here. You see, The third point should always be in structure. So structuring should always be important. So like you said, like you said, we have covered each and everything. We talked about key phrase. We talked about key phrase in the title. We talked about sprinkling of keywords. We talked about engaging title. We talked about alt images. We talked about h tags. We talked about backlinks, right? So you see, everything is over here only. You'll maybe take 20 minutes to write an article, but if you'll spend 5 minutes in your research, you'll include that 20 minutes only. You don't have to do any extra effort or any extra legwork to add all these other topics as well. These are all a part of your topic only. Now,
One question, Khalid.
yeah,
So when you say that this is not structured properly,
yeah,
so what makes you identify that it is not structured
all
properly?
right,
And second, what is the definition of proper structure?
right.
How as a writer, I will be able to understand and know that my structure of the blog is correct.
All right. So, structuring can be identified in 2 ways: your flow of the topic and the positioning of the topic. So the flow of all the topics are, for example, I'll give you a flow of the topic. So I'm talking about AI as a service. I'll tell you what it is, what are the benefit of it, what are the types of it, how is Nashtag helping you with all this, and then the conclusion, right? So this is the flow, wherein, as I think, this should be my flow. If this goes, until unless you don't talk about your AI as a services, what are the benefits of it, and you keep Nashtag capabilities up in the top just because we are trying to promote Nashtag, it won't give you proper flow. Because a lot of people who are coming to this blog are coming just because they don't know, either they don't know what AI as a service is, or they want to know more about this topic. So that is the reason I'm trying. The aim is to keep it more educational at the top, wherein we talk about what it is, what are the benefit of it is, what are the type of it is, and then keep it more salesy as well, where I'm trying to say what what Nashtag AI can help you with, right? So this will be the flow. When I said structure, I meant was over here, I'm using some H tags to differentiate my subtopics. But here it is 0.3, it is not bolded, it is not tagged with proper H tags. Or maybe over here, I'm making it using H4, whereas over in the type section, I would be using H6. That would not be proper structuring because the relevance of both the subpoints are same. The relevance is not different. Just because it is falling after benefit, it doesn't make it less superior. The relevance of both the topics of types and of this topic would be same. So hence, we should keep the H tags of both the subpoints as one, not different, wherein one would be H3 or H4, the other would be H5 or H6. Does that answer your question, Johnny?
Yes, Khalid. Just I want to reiterate my understanding
Sure.
again. So, in order to write a impactful and a powerful blog, should I start with categories first? I mean to say that before even start writing, I should write the categories that how my storyline will look like, and then I populate individual categories with information. For example, you said that there is a flow. I start with a beginning, and then I come to the mid part of the blog wherein I talk about what, why, where, when, and finally how, and thereafter I conclude my blog. Would it be a best practice if I first write categories first, that how my blog will look like, what is the flow, and then individual categories I pick and I fill information to those categories? Will this help creating a good blog if I do some
Absolutely. So
reverse engineering?
yeah. So so one question on that. So when you're talking about visualizing your blog first
Yes.
within the categories, So are you visualizing that in your document, or you're talking about in this particular article?
All right. So correct me if I,
Yeah,
the way I write blog is I feel that it is very important to first open a document, write your blog there,
absolutely.
and
Yeah,
then come to the blog side and input the details here. And let me go back and talk about when I'm using the document to write my blog, maybe a Word
yeah,
file. Then
yeah.
I need not start with my blog, then and there itself. The very first thing, like you said, Khalid, that I will place a structure that how my
Right,
blog should look like, what would be the broad categories that my blog will have. And then I populate details within those categories. Once
right,
that is done, then I look at the look and feeler of the blog one, because that will help me identify and assess the architecture and structure of the blog. If I'm comfortable, if I'm confident, then only my next step is to come to the blog.nasdaqglobal.com site and write it there. So is the flow
absolutely,
correct?
absolutely, absolutely. So I mean, the best practice is exactly to whatever you said. Whenever, if someone is writing a blog, an article, like I said, doing research is the most important thing. Do your research, pick up and open your Word document, just try and create a blueprint on your blog, what your blogs would look like. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are your maybe major topics that you are going to talk about, and maybe 1, 2, 3 would be your subtopics. This would give you a visual representation on what your blogs would look like, or what your article is going to look like. Beforehand, you should always pick your keywords as well beforehand, before writing something. So this is my keyword: content management system. This is my keyword. Now, this using this keyword, now you should be identifying what the title should be. If this keyword is coming in my first para, if I'm using in my bullet points, if I'm using this in my meta titles, so this structure would give you a visual representation on what your article would look like. And if you are satisfied with this visual representation and this flow, then then the second approach would be putting relevant content and article pieces or images to your blogs and articles. Does that help, Johnny?
Yes, yes, Khalid, thank you.
Great. Any more questions, guys? Okay, moving ahead. Now tell me, what should be the focus keyword of this blog? What should I put in over here?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence can be one, but this article is not about artificial intelligence. This topic is about a subset of AI, which is AI as a service, right? So I'm telling what AI as a service is everywhere. AI as a service, AI as a service. What I'm also doing is I'm trying and using different synonyms of AI as a service as well. Like I said, if you remember initially when I said, when you write, yes, AI. You see, what are the most rated search you're getting? So even if before me writing about AI as a service, I should first look at all these. What are the most searched question on Google about this? And then I'll try and put it all over. So what AI means? So in my article, you will also see what AI is, what are the benefit of it, what are the best benefits of it, examples, who are the providers. I can also put what all providers are there, Google providers, so everything like that. So for this article, because I'm talking majorly about AI as a service, my focus keyword or key phrase should be AI as a service. This should be my focus key phrase. Then you move ahead to SEO title. So always see, this is how your article is going to look like in Google. If you're happy with how this looks like, good. If not, then just remove everything from here and write your own. Slug should always be relevant to your topic, always, so that when your link of the website or URL is defined, it always talks about your keyword or key phrase in it. And because this is also an essential element to optimize your website URL. Along with our images, videos, content, we also have to optimize our URL of the website. And when you put right slug, this helps a lot. Now, AI as a service. Am I missing something in meta description? Anyone? I'm missing my focus keyword over here. So my focus key phrase is not a part of my meta description. I'm putting artificial intelligence over here. But AI, I'm not talking about this article is not a bit about AI. This article is about AI as a service. So rather, my meta description should be AI as a service. And then we should be talking about that into further details, right? Again, you seeing this section over here? Always try and put this content within a limit of 145 characters. Because if you'll exceed, you see dot, dot, dot are coming over here. So irrespective of how big you are writing, it won't give you any help because after a certain time, after a certain character, Google will start showing you dot, dot, dot. So always try and keep this short, descriptive, and within 145 characters so that whatever description you're putting over here is over here. Because there might be a case wherein you're putting it very lengthy, it becomes lengthy. Most of your content go within dot, 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 and till the time wherein actual crust of that topic comes, it is show you dot, dot, dot. So do you think if someone is looking at something like that on Google, they would want to read your article? No. So just before even they land to your article, you can attract them just by giving them a small gist on what your article is. And that's where meta description come into place. You always have to write best suited. Just think this as a one-liner or two-liner of your entire article. So you'll only get 2 lines to describe your entire article, and you'll have to attract your audience with those 2 lines only. Right? You'll also get some suggestions over here. If you feel the suggestions are valid and you can incorporate them in your article, very good. If not, then try and get to as close as possible. Like I said, no images are there, no key phrase in introduction, right? We don't have H2s and H3s a lot. So these suggestions can be taken care of, right? Until unless it gives you a suggestion wherein you put something like 8 or 9 times your key phrase in your first or second paragraph. Just feel whatever is comfortable and you can make those changes, make those changes. So this is all about how you should structure your content, how you should research about your content, what your topic should look like, what your keyword should look like, how should you optimize your SEOs, and how should you make your article presentable. This is from an external point of view. Now, from internal point of view, it is very important to categorize it as well. So like I said, we don't have to create this subcategories. Kotlin, you don't have to do that. I'll delete this one. Our major categories are application engineering, application management, applied AI, BPS, culture and development, data, industry, if you are writing about a particular industry, quality solutions, or technology advisory. We have to just stick by these major categories only. We cannot create subcategories within, because I'll be deleting that categories if you'll be creating that. So there's no point of you creating those categories. Try and map them with as closest as categories as you can. And then You can tag n number of tags over here. There's no limitation of tagging your article or blog. You can put n number of 10s and 20s and 30s of tags with that particular blog and article if you feel that is relevant. One more suggestion, just don't create any new tag. Try and search for, if you're looking for data pipeline, just write that data pipeline. If data pipeline is already there, it will come as a suggestion in your dropdown. If it is not there, then probably you can create one new. But don't create a new one until unless you don't find it, right? So two things. Only tag your categories within this category, within the 8 categories that we have in, and use this section as a tag to maybe write Kotlin or Kotlin AI or whatever you feel this article is talking about is relevant, right? And then always add featured image. Because you see, this is how our blogs come out. The categories and the tags. This is how our blogs are defined with. Always try and tag your categories and tags appropriately so that if some visitor is landing to your categories, it is not giving a bad impression. For example, if you're talking about data and if you tag your article or blog within cloud, this will always obviously give you a negative impression, right? So just always be very diligent on this and always tag properly. Now see, this is looking beautiful because this has all featured image, but some of these are not attractive because they don't have any featured image, right? Do we think, I mean, until unless this topic or this, I'm not just picking anyone, but I mean, until unless we don't feel this title or this topic of this article is very interesting, would I be opening this blog and article until unless it is not having any lucrative or attractive or an image that defines your topic? No, right? Because just by looking at this image, I can figure out that this topic is about AI, right? I don't even have to go to this title to look about it or read about it, what this title or article is about. So always try and put featured image in your blogs and articles. It is not hard, buddy. Just click on this featured image, go onto this media library. Either you can upload files or you can use media library. You also I'm not sure. I'm an admin, so I can see this. I'm not sure if you can, but if you can see this featured image, you can use this as well. Because WordPress gives you an option. If you write data over here, you'll get all the relevant articles and all the relevant images.
So
Pick
Khalid,
something
this
suits.
image,
Yeah.
this image we can create, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
what is the preferred option? Should we create an image which is describing? So for example, right, if I'm talking about data pipeline, right, and
Yeah.
how to basically do it in a Databricks platform. So
Yeah.
so what should my image? Should my image be representative of the workload, or is just an image, right, that have some visualization, right? Or
The featured image can be abstract, Bhavya. The featured image
okay.
can be abstract. I mean, we can put whatever featured image we feel that either defines. I mean, I can go with two logic. One, I can put a featured image that defines my topic, or I can put a featured image that looks attractive. For example, I feel this image looks attractive, or this looks attractive. Looking this featured image attractive, I might attract a lot of customers. I might use this as well. Whatever you're saying, we should put that within so that we can create, like we do for the case studies, create different diagrams, flow chart, workflows to define all the sequences and everywhere within an article. But if you want to go for featured image, just put either abstract or something that is relevant to your topic. That is it.
I would strongly resonate to you on this, Khalid, because as part of human behavior, the very first step to attract viewership is to go with visualization, because that's the very first thing our brain captures. Once I'm convinced with the image or the video, then I get interested to look into the content. But in the event that I do not see anything, any image, probably it will not encourage me to move one step ahead and go through the content. So I would resonate extremely well with you that having an image is absolutely important. Now, and now, coming back to what you stated, that could be two options: either choose the image which is attractive, or choose the image which is absolutely relevant to your topic. So I believe, I mean, how about talking about a mix of, having both the things together? Choose an image which is relevant to your topic and also attractive.
Yeah. I mean, this is not just about ourselves. It is a human psychology. We all can correlate, I believe. Whenever you see a content and you see an image, what appeals you better? What makes you understand better? No one is gonna spend time and effort in reading maybe 4 or 5 lines if they can just understand things or a topic just looking at an image, right? So try and make it as appealing as you can. And the process is very simple, right? You've just seen, I've just selected this image, save and insert, and it would come. That's it. If you want to preview your blog, just preview in a new tab. See, this is how my blog would look like. See, like I was saying, it is as per hashtag also, because we have kept a criteria wherein unless we don't use proper H tags within the subcategories, it won't come to your table of contents. So for example, these are also cost effective, usability are also part of my subtopics, right? But because I've not used H tags in over here, there's only just 2 topics which is shown over here. Lesser need for sophistication, advanced infrastructure. So not just from SEO point of view, from Nodless, from Nashtag point of view as well, it is very important to define your H tags properly, guys, so that it comes under your table of content. One more thing. So featured image, when you use featured image, it automatically comes up to your this banner image. It automatically occupies it. So if you want to use a separate image as well, I'll suggest you to use it from after second para or after third para. So if you want to use another image, you can just put another image over here. Just don't put just after your topic, because if you put just after your topic, it will be a replicate of an image. So this would be your featured image, and there would be another image followed which you have uploaded. So just a small suggestion: if you want to add another image, just at least use one para, write one para, and then use your other images if you want to. Now, any questions? There should be a lot of questions. I was expecting.
So one of the things, right, Khalid, when I write blog, okay,
Yeah.
Because sometimes, right, it shows me that what I can improve on my blog, okay, but it is very hard to decipher, right, because sometimes it shows from the readability perspective, right, that I have to separate it out into different lines, okay,
Right.
and sometimes it does not make sense to basically break it further, right?
Right.
So how do I basically improve my score there? Okay, what are the key things that I have to consider, right, when I'm writing a blog?
So like I said, I mean, Bhavya, we cannot, it is not humanly possible to incorporate all the changes that are suggested by SEO. SEO suggests each and everything as per the definition, but it is still human. It is still machine. There's certain limitations that has with machines. And then it comes to our human judgment on what best looks like. If I'm getting 10 suggestions, not 10 can be incorporated. I can definitely incorporate 7 or 8, but it would not be possible as per my article point of view to incorporate all those 10 changes. So then it would become a judgment based of thing wherein I feel that, okay, I do not see any breakage in this paragraph. This para is definitely of 7 or 8 lines. So whenever you see a big para of 7 or 8 lines, Google would always ask you to break it down to 2. Because I mean, small paragraphs are good from a readability perspective, right? But I mean, it is sometimes not humanly possible to break that para because the entire para is talking about the same thing. So to your point, I mean, we'll try to incorporate as much as suggestions as we can on our blog and article, but it is not mandatory to incorporate everything because I mean, not every changes can be incorporated. So if you feel that I cannot break this paragraph, even if it is a 7 or 8 line paragraph, I cannot break this paragraph, that is still fine.
Okay. Got it.
Nahan, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any question. That's
Yeah.
good for me. And I have just some time and I know what you have said.
Great. I mean, because I mean, yeah, Vietnam has also started to add a lot of blogs on the portfolio. So I mean, the more we write, the more the questions would arise. And that is the reason, I mean, we've tried and put this session together so that, I mean, not a lot of people are vocal about the questions. They might just keep it within themselves. And there might be chances wherein they keep repeating the same mistakes again and again until unless they're not pointed out. So, I mean, that's the reason why I said, I mean, this forum is all for all the people who have a little bit of confusion, anything small, no question is small or big, maybe anyone. You don't have to be afraid. I mean, not just Nahan, you. I mean, anyone in this session has to be afraid about what people would think about my question or whatever. It is better to make changes and understand and correct yourself than to keep silent, repeat the same issues, and then some other person coming up to you and pointing on your mistakes, right? So I mean, again, guys, we still have 3 minutes, if I may, Johnny. If you wanna have, if you can, if any question, I'm here. And like I said, I'm not a hard person to reach out. Even if after this session, if you have any questions, just ping me, email me, call me if you can, and we can talk it out.
Sure. So Khalid, one last question probably.
Sure.
So I see that now AI is on the boom, and all across everywhere AI is assisting us doing our job. And speaking of job, it is all kinds of jobs, even
Yeah.
writing blogs or writing a
Right.
content.
Right.
So how about, I mean, I'm just taking a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
I refer, or rather I create my content referring some place or some technology or some platform. I copy the content and write a blog. So what will be the impact? Where will I be positioned? Will I be visible to the world, or what? And that's wanted
So
to ask.
visibility only comes if we have proper SEO elements. When I say proper SEO elements, when I say the keywords are static, we have talked about content which is unique content and not duplicated content. We have talked about internal links. We have talked about relevance. There might be cases wherein AI is my keyword. I've talked about AI a lot, but that keyword is not relevant to my article only, right? So I mean, it is all about that. Until unless you don't use all those, it would not go onto the public. Now, to answer your questions using AI as a tools, I don't say it is harmful, but I don't think we should use it 100%. We should use it from a reference point of view, if we feel that, because I mean, AI, again, I said, it is a machine. It can only take something as an input, right? So no article, if it is just written for the sake of writing, is good. Until unless we don't customize our article within our own language, within our own flavor, it is not good. You'll find hundreds of articles that talk about best practices to write a blog. You'll see hundreds of blogs. But until unless an article is not customized, there's no use of proper examples, images, or something of that relevance, no one is going to read your article. Even if they come to your article, they just bounce back. They'll go back. So can we use AI as a tool to write our articles? I can say we can use it to create a blueprint that what best tagline should look like, what best topic should look like, what should be my keywords, what should be my structure. Okay, what is AI? These should be structure. But even we can go to an extent wherein we can take a help of it as well. If we are not 100% sure about a particular topic or a content, we can take a help of that. But in terms of writing, customizing, I think we should do it by ourselves only. If we're not, I'll give you my example. What I do is I don't use AI a lot. What I do is I read, if I want to write something about cloud, I read 10 or 15 different articles about that particular topic. I try and make a summary of all those 10 or 15 articles. Then I used to write a summary of all those in my own language. Am I creating something unique in the world? No. But I'm giving my own perspective on that particular topic. I'm using my own language, my own way of communicating to the audience of what this topic is all about. So none of us, unless we are not doctors or PhDs, none of us are creating something new to the market. We all are using it. We all are recycling it. But how well we use it, it is all unto ourselves only.
Thanks, Khalid. So the learning that I'm picking up is be original. Take
Obviously,
reference from all the platforms, collate learning, and apply your own brain to create your own original content that resonates with your perspective. So, thanks.
in our day-to-day life also, Johnny, we talk about this person is plastic, all fabric, this person is real. Who do you want to talk to, right? You want to talk to real people. Whatever the language could be. We don't want to talk to fabricated people. Because one day that would be disposed. Same thing applies. Take help, take suggestions, build structure, but content should always be yours.
Thank you, Khalid. So in case anybody has any questions, please you can reach out to Khalid and you can drop an email, you can ping him. And we come back once again, everyone, through another set of learning workshop, of course. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful learning day ahead.
Yeah.
And
Thank
thank
you
you,
for your time,
Khalid,
guys.
once again for your time.
Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.